Anime endings. If the episode is like a full course meal, then a good ending is like dessert. A bad ending is like a bad aftertaste. Most series are lucky to have one good ending. Chainsaw Man came with 12 of them, and I'm going to rank every single one. Now I'm gonna let you know off rip that this was not an easy video to make. I was originally going to make a tier list video, but almost every single one of these would have been an S tier anyways. That should show you how good they were. When ranking these endings, I took into account several things, such as the music, the animation, and creativity. However, keep in mind that this is my own personal ranking, so if you see your favorite ending low in the rankings here, that doesn't mean that it's a bad ending. Everyone's ranking of these endings are gonna be different. So without further ado, let's start this list at number 12. The last ending of Chainsaw Man is a nice little montage of Denji, Power, and Aki just going about their day, bonding and just having a good time. Something Fujimoto seems to be allergic to. The music is very mellow and chill, and the animation is good too. I thought it was a pretty smart way to incorporate the episode smoothly into the ending and vice versa. Overall, it's a very wholesome and refreshing way to wrap up a very dark, chaotic season of the show. So you're wondering, why is this ending last then? Well, personally, I just enjoy the other endings more. Whether it's because of the more exciting or breathtaking animation, songs that I enjoy more, or both. There's nothing to knock here really, it just happens to be that I like the other endings more. If I had to pick an ending that was the most overhated, it would definitely be this one. While it's by no means my personal favorite, it's still a pretty damn good ending. For one, I think the animation is very creative. I like the inspiration they took from the Chainsaw Man manga, using panels from it, a black and white color scheme, and contrasting it with splashes of color for certain objects or people. The song is also pretty nice. It's pleasant on the ears and sonically very bubbly and relaxed. Some people complain that it doesn't fit Chainsaw Man, but CSM has its fair share of more chill, melancholic moments too. And if these translations for the English lyrics are correct, it fits the visuals and events of the episode fairly well. So all in all, very solid ending that gets too much flack in my opinion. Man, you have no idea how much I wanted to rank this so much higher. If I was ranking this just by the songs alone, this ending would be in the top 3 easily. The song is just that great. It's not only an absolute banger by itself, but the sound and style fits the Chainsaw Man atmosphere. I mean, the song is called Chainsaw Blood and starts with a chainsaw revving up. Do I really need to elaborate any further?
Nope.
Song-wise, this is the perfect track to set the tone for the anime from the very first episode. However, I had to rank it much lower than I would like because visually, it just reuses footage from earlier in the episode. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the first episode's animation. I ain't even one of those like MAPPA CGI haters, but I do think it takes some points away when compared to some of the other endings that also had good songs and captivating new animation. Still, this is for sure one of the most replayed tracks out of all the endings for me, and you can't take that away from it no matter what. Violence. Out of all the endings, this one probably grew on me the most. I would not be surprised if it ranked higher on this list after a year or so. I ain't gonna lie though, at first I wasn't feeling the song and I felt the 3D models for the characters looked a bit odd. But man, I was tripping. The song is an absolute banger, man. It's one of the catchiest songs out of the entire selection in my opinion. I can't even hate on the 3D models either. I mean, look at Power busting down the moves. That's too wholesome, man. How can you hate on that? Also, I ain't no Makima fan, but you can't deny that this shot goes hard. So yeah, great ending, and low-key pretty underrated. Man, the bass line in this song is sexier than every Chainsaw Man girl combined. Don't at me, simps. The song overall slaps and is definitely the grooviest in my opinion.
Groovy.
The visuals for this ending are also super smooth and look like they're ripped straight out of one of those lo-fi hip-hop videos. Visually, it's incredibly comfy with its color palette and art style. The only minor nitpick I would have is that I feel like this ending song sonically doesn't quite capture the core feeling of Chainsaw Man for me. CSM, whether in its chill moments or batshit insane parts, is always a bit unhinged and eccentric, and this song didn't quite scratch that for me. But hey, maybe that's just me. Besides that small point, there's nothing to complain about for this ending. Alright, am I the only one that imagines Pochita singing this song? Anyways, I absolutely love this ending. The retro 90s feel is pretty kino, I'm not gonna lie. From the retro CRT TVs to the old school pixel JRPG animation, it's an incredibly unique aesthetic that I can't say any of the other endings replicate. I also love the way they use the distortions from the CRT televisions for the super trippy lava lamp looking backgrounds. Again, very creative and nice to look at. And speaking of nice to look at, this is definitely the simp's choice for favorite ending, as it has a fair share of fan service. But lucky viewer, I will excuse you from the horny jail this time because Himeno is pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Moving on. Aimer made one of my favorite endings of all time with Villain Saga's Torches, so it should show you how stacked these Chainsaw Man endings are for her contribution to rank at number 6 for me. But don't take that as a knock to this ending at all. This is still a stunning ending from start to finish. And I mean to emphasize stunning, as a lot of other CSM endings are either super upbeat and aggressive or smooth and relaxing. If these other endings pull you into a drunken haze, then this is the ending that sobers you up. It's deliberately more restrained in its approach, with a very solemn feeling. But it's because of this approach that this ending is so emotionally impactful, with its extremely smooth animation that flows seamlessly, only adding to that. Great ending and possibly the most sad out of all of them. Power fans eating real good with this ending. This ending is basically a tribute to Power, and if I had to point to an ending that best captures a character, it would without a doubt be this one. I also love the rotoscoping done here, especially since this is a very character-focused ending. It really helps bring Power to life as she once again proves she is the best dancer in the crew. Wonder how she'd fare against Kobeni. It also captures the eccentric nature of Chainsaw Man that I mentioned earlier very well. I mean, the song is super bubbly and cute, but starts off with Power and the singer yelling into your ear like a squeaker in a 2007 COD lobby. Shut the F up! And the breakdown at the end goes hard as hell, I'm not even gonna lie, and once again captures that unpredictable, off-kilter attitude of the series. Like Chainsaw Man, this ending goes from 0 to 100, which I think is super dope. And even if you're not a Power fan, you gotta admit that this is a very cute ending. Alright y'all, step right up because I am fully prepared for the hate incoming. I think this is the most underrated ending of the entire season. I love the mixing of real life footage with the 2D animation, which then has the color inverted. I think it's a pretty damn genius move and a great creative choice. This ending to me feels like what it would be like to live in the Chainsaw Man universe. If I could physically poke my head into a Chainsaw Man page, I wouldn't be surprised if what I saw was this ending. It's dark, frantic, and just batshit insane, and just familiar enough to be relatable. When Denji is running from different devils, you feel just as confused and disorientated as he is. The music I also feel is super underrated. It starts off cool and subdued and becomes more and more unhinged and energetic, and also that last shot could be an album cover in itself. Very kino. You cannot tell me that this ending does not go dummy hard. I know a lot of these endings could very well be the openings for this season, but I feel like it applies doubly for this ending. I mean, what's not to like? It's got the chaotic feel of the series down to a T, the visuals are super clean, the music is fire, and I can't help but hear John Wicky in the song. It also serves as a very nice send-off for Himeno, considering this comes pretty much right after her death. You see glimpses of her and her actions through Aki, which I think is important to give just a bit more depth for both of those characters in their relationship. So to sum it up, top tier visuals and music all around. This ending starts off perfectly. It's almost foreboding and sinister, as if you're entering into a contract with the anime devil, which I'm sure some people have done. With the chanting building up this feeling, it feels like you're summoning this ending. The crescendo into a mix of heavy metal and glitchy drum and bass is just perfect. If I had to pinpoint a sound that encapsulates Chainsaw Man, what I think of it, that metal and drum bass cocktail is exactly what I would have imagined. Not only that, but the ending's pace is just bonkers. It stomps on the gas 1 second with fast-paced lyrics and aggressive instrumentals, only to abruptly stomp the brakes. The con that breaks up the singing is 100% flames, man. You can't tell me that shit doesn't go hard. And then the complete stylistic and vocal switch up when Makima is on screen is executed so well. Again, not only does it capture the eccentric nature of Chainsaw Man, but also is very thematically important for Denji's character and the plot. It works musically, visually, and thematically. There's not much more to say other than that this ending is basically perfect, and if the series could only have one ending, I would probably pick this one. If the last ending is perfect, then this ending is perfect-er. Yeah, I don't care if that's not a real word. You think Denji can read? No, so I'ma stay true to Chainsaw Man and make up my own words.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
You might be wondering how this ending is number one when I just said the last one was perfect. And yes, I stand by that. But man, this ending is just something else. First off, I think everything the last ending does amazing, this ending also does superbly. The music perfectly fits the visuals, the ending, Chainsaw Man as a whole itself. And can we talk about the vocals in this song, man? I think the vocals in this song best capture the offbeat, unhinged nature of the series. This dude, or apparently Vocaloid I believe, could voice a character in the series and he would fit in 100%. And this is just scratching the surface. The visuals in this ending are unparalleled in my opinion. Not only is the animation in this ending the smoothest and most impressive compared to the others, but the creativity and strong direction in this ending is unmatched. While many of the other endings pay homage to certain panels and visuals from the manga, or just do a great job presenting things on the screen, I don't think any other ending quite captures the aesthetic and spirit of Chainsaw Man like this one. The way certain plot points and themes are interpreted in this ending is absolutely genius. I won't go into spoilers, but there's a lot of completely original visuals here that perfectly represent Chainsaw Man and what it's all about. Fujimoto's art can be incredibly striking and surreal. There's certain pages when you're reading where you're like, what the hell am I looking at? Man, I don't know, but I know that shit's fire. And that's what I feel like this ending captures so well. That's why this ending is my personal favorite. But what do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know your personal rankings in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe.